Okay, so I'm trying out YouTube stream, and yes, this is nice. And yes, I have a beard, but just remember, here is the game that I think I love so fucking much. We've got, it's backwards, fuck. Well, it's the Atlas of Hyperborea. We've got the player's manual and the referee's manual. Now, just look at that kick-ass sword and sorcery art. And then look at this. You have, like, a giant fucking spider and some barbarian and, like, a Valkyrie, I guess, and some kind of cleric or magician. And they're standing on top of, like, a spaceship with aliens inside of it. It's just so cool. It's basically just AD&D First Edition, but it's very home ruled and house ruled to be I think honestly a much simpler game than AD&D First Edition. And furthermore, it's made to function very much in a way similar to DCC or Dungeon Crawl Classics, whereas Dungeon Crawl Classics focuses on the more generic version of Sword and Sorcery and Appendix N type play. Hyperborea goes into much more of the Howardian, that's Robert E. Howard, and Lovecraftian, and a little bit of Elric, kind of setting. There's no elves, no dwarves, just humans, and like Atlanteans, Oons, and Hyperboreans. Hyperboreans, I mean, if you want to play Elric, that's the class for you, or race for you. I highly recommend Hyperborea, and I plan to do a further review on it at some point. Next book, we have Sword Chronicle by Green Ronin. Now, I am quite the fan of Westeros, and you might not realize this, but I never really watched the show. The show was not for me, and plus watching it with your dad it's not fun. But we happen to have the yeah, that's my dog over there. We happen to have the A Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game, and we had at least a few of the books. I know we had the core book, and we had we had the Night's Watch source book, which that was so cool. You could play a wildling, or you could play a Night's Watch member. I fucking love that. So you could have an entire chronicle set at the wall or beyond it. That's just so cool to me. Further, Sword Chronicle uses that same system that was in A Song of Ice and Fire, but divorces it from Westeros. And you get a slimmed down kind of settingless-ish system for playing out grand intrigues, political machinations, warfare, and also adventure. I haven't done a thorough dive into this, but I like what I've seen, and if it wasn't so fucking expensive on DriveThru RPG, I'd recommend it wholeheartedly. Further, I recently got Cinnabar 3rd edition. Cinnabar 3rd edition, I can't speak to the older books, but the newer books, although they have their faults, they are very, very simple. And Raven McCracken goes over the various rules very in depth on his YouTube channel. So even with how simple the system is, he wants to make sure everyone gets it. Fucking laser bears, man. So badass. And then here is the Book of Fate. Because in Cinnabar 3rd edition, referees, game masters, narrators, whatever you want to call them, in Cinnabar, they're called Fate. That's just so cool to me. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah. I got on the recommendation of Servant of Shiloh on the RPG Elite YouTube channel. He recommended getting Modern Age from Green Ronin, and so because there was a 75% sale off, he's later kind of sworn off Green Ronin, but I don't know. I like the books, but here's the basic rule book, and here is the campaign, or companion rather. Finally, we come to the last of the books that have arrived. We have Numenera Discovery and Numenera Destiny. I have to say, Numenera is probably become one of my favorite settings. Now, I've always liked science fantasy, the mixture of science fiction, fantasy, horror, all kinds of multi-genre bullshit. It's always appealed to me. That's why I like Rift so much. That's why I like Cinnabar. That's why I like superheroes. Because you got everything coming in at once. But I hope you all who see this in the future like my face, I guess. And I hope you enjoyed seeing the various books that I've collected. At some point, I'm probably going to try and get a camera and show you my entire library, but you can see some of it in the background. But yeah, that was that. I hope you all enjoyed the stream and will enjoy it in the future. This is the Witch King of Samra, signing off.